On the screen, you can see a C program where we have used a array of type integer and the array name is marks. It is having 3 rows and 2 columns. And we have assigned to this array the array elements using the index of array. So first row will be having the index 0 and each row will be having 2 columns with the index 0 and 1. So first row 0 index and 2 columns. Second row 1 index and 2 columns 0 1. Third row 2 index with 0 and 1 as columns, and we have assigned the elements. And then using the for loop we are printing the array. So for loop, outer for loop will be counting the number of rows. So I is acting as array index for rows, that is row index, and here inner for loop we have taken to count the columns, that is j is acting as row index. So for printing the same, we have used here printf statement in which we are printing marks of I and j, where I is the index of rows and j is index for columns, that is row index and column index. And because it is of type integer, percentile d as format specifier we have used, and then after every row is printed, we are changing the line using slash n, that is escape sequence slash n, which moves the cursor to new line every time we print the slash n. Now, when I compile and execute this, I'm going to get these values, that is first row, second row, and third row. Now, if you want to assign the values at the time of declaration itself, then you can do so just by, so I'm removing the elements from here, and because there are 3 rows and 2 columns, 3 2s are 6, there are 6 elements, I will be assigning within curly brackets that. So I have opened and closed the curly bracket and semicolon, and now within curly brackets, the first row will be given again within curly brackets. So first row will be containing 2 columns. So 89 comma 78 I am giving, and after the first row elements are given, we again give a comma. So there are 3 rows. Second row I will be giving again, and here I'm changing the elements as 99 and 68. And then the third row. Now we don't require this comma because there is no fourth row. So I'm changing the elements 86, 60 or 76. So first row, comma, second row, comma, third row. And then we close the opening curly bracket in which rows are present. So all these 3 rows which are enclosed in curly brackets are again enclosed within curly brackets, and these rows are separated again with comma from each other. And within the rows, each column is separated with comma. Now this will be giving result in same manner using this for loop. Compile it and then run it. So same way we got the result.